Today I have some news that I just wanted you guys to hear from me directly, hear my voice, see my face as I'm saying it. So I just thought I'd do a video instead of typing it out. Yeah, I bought my ticket to come home. I'm going to be leaving Thailand April 10th. So that's not quite the end of the school year. I'm leaving just a little bit early, so that's at the end of the third quarter. So that was a pretty tough decision for me. I really wanted to stay through the end of the school year and just finish out the time with my students and just transition them as well as I could. But God has just been showing me how the reasons that I've wanted to stay have been selfish and prideful and not for Him. So the school has just been making a lot of decisions I don't agree with, and I'm having difficulty supporting and following, and I am trying to be humble and submissive to authority, and just to be gracious in all of that. But then I also want to advocate for my kids and make sure they're being treated fairly, and so it's been a hard semester trying to balance those things. But I also really felt strongly about staying till the end of the year so that I could be here to advocate for my kids and make sure that they're being taken care of. And really, since the summer, God has kind of put into my head, what if you leave early? Like, what if I called you to leave early? Would you follow me? And I just kept saying, no, I'm staying to the end of the year. It's not I can't leave the job unfinished. I want to, I don't want to be a quitter. I don't want to be a failure. I don't want to let you guys down. I don't want to let the school down and my students down. And God just finally kept telling me, it's not really about you finishing this year. It's more about you leaving when I say so and being obedient in that, even when it doesn't make sense. So He just over and over again has brought me to scripture that shows where He has led people away when it didn't make sense, or has done things in timing that would not be logical to the person He's following. And just one really powerful example of that for me has been Gideon's army. So even before Gideon does anything, he just asks God over and over again, like, is this your will? Is this your will? Like, show me one more time, which I can definitely relate to. I've just over and over again been asking God, are you sure? Are you sure? And then Gideon gathers big army, and God says, no, that's too many people. He says, send the ones away that want to leave. And so Gideon sends away, tells the people, you can leave if you want to leave, and over like 2/3 of the army leave. And then God looks and says, that's still too many people, and God sends more away. And what I hadn't noticed in that story before is that those people, that second group that got sent away, they chose to stay. They wanted to stay, and God said, no, I can do this without you. And I feel like that's what He's doing here, is that I want to stay, and He's saying, no, I need you somewhere else. And so while that doesn't make a lot of sense to me, He might be wanting to do bigger things here that He can do without me, that He doesn't need me for. Maybe He wants me in the States for some reason, I don't know. And then He also showed me the Israelites wandering the desert, and how important it was for them to be with Him, and how He would, they were following the pillar, and if the pillar settled on a place, they would get there and get settled, and they would be with Him. And sometimes it stayed for a long time, and sometimes it moved suddenly, and they weren't in a place very long at all. But if that pillar moved, if God wasn't with them anymore, it wasn't safe for them to be there either. So I just really, God is showing me, like, this is not where I am with you anymore. Like I'm moving you somewhere different and you need to follow me. So that's what I'm doing. I'm leaving in April, and the school really, I told them right before Christmas break, and they were very understanding and gracious. So it is, I guess, public information now. When I'm going to be moving back to Portland to be near my family, which I'm really excited about. I don't have anything set in stone job-wise. I've talked to a few people that have said, that they're interested, but it's too soon to like make any offers yet. And I might look at going back to school and getting my doctorate in special education. I would love to do something more administrative or like bigger picture now that I've been in a setting where I've seen how important it is to have a good system in place in order for the teachers to do their jobs. So I guess I just ask for you to pray for this time. It's going to be really hard for me to leave my students. I'm not sure how well they're going to grasp that I'm leaving, and they've really I've become a really safe person for them, and it's been really encouraging to see how they've opened up to other people and trust some other people now, and I know that they're going to be fine without me. But it's still, I still a little bit feel like I'm abandoning them. So just prayers for them. God is going to take care of them. He loves them so much more than I do. Prayers for me that I know they're going to be okay, but it's still sad. It's still hard to leave them. And just prayers for this last quarter that I'm able to transition them well. It's really been so good to see the growth of this school in the last 2.5 years, and how other teachers and other students really embrace my students now. And so I've been working this last semester, and that's what I'll be focusing on this next quarter, is just integrating them into the rest of the school as much as possible, and just getting them to a point where they really don't need me, and there's other people who understand my job and other people who understand what I'm doing, so that they can do it once I'm not here. So I feel like I'm rambling a little bit. You're very sweet if you watched this whole video. If you have any questions about specific circumstances at the school, I would be happy to answer any of those. And just any questions about what's coming next, or I don't know, just it's always good to hear from you guys. I'm sorry I've been a little AWOL. It's been hard. It has, but God has been really good through that. It's another thing. He's just showing me that circumstances can be hard, but life can still be really good. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this. I love you guys a lot. I'm excited to be in the same continent, hemisphere, country as you guys. So see you later.